Welcome to the instructional video for the Psychology Service Learning Digital Concept Map. I'm Dr. Jennifer Lovell, and I'm going to walk you through this assignment today. This is a really exciting time because you have just been assigned your service learning site, and you're probably in the process of doing your application, maybe doing interviews, or maybe you've already started. So this is a perfect time to be thinking about your concept map and the area of psychology expertise that you want to go into. So let's get started. So what is a concept map? A concept map is right here on the screen right now. You can see a concept map. It's a way in which you can visually represent thoughts and connections, and with a digital tool, you can also connect links or notes related to a certain topic of interest. So for this project, for the digital concept map, there are three main reasons we're doing this. The purpose of this project is one, it is to meet a local and meaningful need at the service learning site. You are to collaboratively identify something that you can do that would best serve your site, and this is going to be something you work on throughout the rest of the semester. Two, another goal is for you to reflect on ethics and multiculturalism related to service experiences that you have at that site. Psychology, ethics, and understanding multicultural identities and diversity is an incredibly important process for being able to graduate with your BA in psychology. Three, we want you to be able to make connections across the psychology curriculum. So you're going to be asked to find empirical research articles and read them and relate them to the topics. You're also going to be asked to think about other concepts and knowledge from previous classes and apply it. This may be from social psychology or developmental, biological, cognitive psychology, or from clinical psychology. So there's a lot of ways in which you can apply this information. You can also veer off into other areas of psychology that you haven't explored in a class thus far, but you are interested in, such as environmental psychology, sports psychology, or positive psychology. There are lots of different options, and your instructor can help you explore these as well. So this project will use a number of different technology or software applications. Right now I'm using MindMeister. MindMeister is the tool that we are going to propose using for this concept map. However, if there's another concept mapping tool you would prefer to use or you find easier, please talk to us and we can approve that on an individual basis. Also, you're going to be asked to present your concept map and your final deliverable via a digital presentation at the end of the semester. This can be done using Snagit, for example, which I'm using, or some other software program to help you create the video. But that will need to be done at the end of the semester as well. Oh, just so you know, tutorials for those different technology applications will be on iLearn and provided for you unless you choose a different kind of application you're more familiar with. Okay, so let's get started for creating your concept map. Where do you begin? So first, you need to identify a psychology-related problem or need at your service learning site, and this will be the central theme in your concept map. It can be a general concept, or it can be a little more specific. I'm going to give you a few examples, but please don't feel limited. So based on some of the sites that students are working with, I've come up with a few options. So Safe Place is a organization that serves homeless youth, and some of the topics might be bullying, all right, or college readiness, or health and wellness. And you'll see next to each of these examples in parentheses I've put maybe the area or area of psychology, the topic that's most relevant to it, but that's not necessarily important. It's just me trying to show you that you can explore different themes across various aspects of psychology, okay? You could do educational or developmental psychology, biological psychology. If you're working in an organization such as hospice, you might focus on end of life or dementia. If you're working at an organization that predominantly serves individuals with severe mental illness, such as interim or NAMI or PrEP, you might focus on mental health stigma or peer support or severe mental illness or a specific kind of mental illness such as psychosis. If you're working at MILPA or YWCA, you might focus on trauma-informed care, social justice or justice reform, Latino mental health, or intimate partner violence. And then if you're working at a village project or some sort of mentoring or tutoring facility, you might focus your map on mentoring or ethnic minority mental health. It could be any particular group or broadly. It could be LGBTQ youth. So there's lots of opportunities for you to be able to kind of identify a broad concept and focus your concept map and explore that area in greater depth. Second, so once you've identified that broad theme or that concept, that need, you're going to be gathering empirical research that deepens your understanding of it, all right, of that concept, and helps to inform your next steps for taking action. The empirical research that you find should be found through the library, such as PsycInfo or through Google Scholar. You're going to want to find 5 or more peer-reviewed empirical studies to reference and reflect on in your concept map. Also, you're going to be wanting to keep your eye out for current events, news articles, websites, videos that you can also link in your concept map. All right, you need 5 or more links to websites, videos, or current events, and those will be various kinds of things. But when you link them, you'll see this little arrow next to it. All right, and this arrow will get you to the link. So I'm going to click it right now. It's going to take us right out of my presentation and to a link that I put in there about 3 ways concept maps can help you learn. All right, and so you can have an article that you're reflecting on that you link directly into your concept map. All right. Oh, also, I forgot to mention on the previous one, but with research, there's another tool in which you can create notes. And when you click on this notes, you'll see that whatever you've written there can come up on the screen. So including your API citation, include a summary of the article and your personal reflections related to the article. And that can also be used with, or those should also be used with the links and throughout the concept map through reflections, where you're going to be demonstrating thoughtful reflection on your identity, on multiculturalism, on ethics, and professionalism, as well as just service in general and what that service experience means to you as you're going through the process. So reflection is a key component of this concept map. And then you're also going to be creating some sort of deliverable, something that's based on the needs of the site. And this can look many different ways, but you could create a brochure about a certain psychology topic. You could conduct research that they've been wanting to conduct. You could collaborate to create some sort of an event or an exhibit, or you could put on some sort of presentation or workshop. In another video, I'm going to show you an example of a deliverable, something that you could create, as well as what that concept map for that deliverable would look like. And then finally, you're going to create a digital presentation that includes the process and the outcome of your service experience. And I mentioned this already, but that'll be done using some sort of software such as Snagit, as well as MindMeister, to create your presentation in a way that students and your professor will be engaged and interested in finding out more about your experience through your site. All right, so now hopefully you know enough information to get started. You should begin your map early, so start watching tutorials on that MindMeister or another concept mapping tool. Start playing around with it. Identify that theme, all right? And once you've identified that theme, start to look for articles and get going on deepening your understanding and your reflective process around this topic as you get started with your service experience. This is not something that should be put off to the end of the semester, so get started now. And your syllabus will include deadlines and rubric, more detailed information, and of course you can ask your professor or professors about what their expectations are. And then of most importance is for you to have fun learning and serving at your site. This concept map is intended to help you visualize and understand what those experiences are and how things are connected as you are applying concepts from the past few years to this service experience. You're almost at the end of your education here at CSUMB. You're going to graduate with a psychology degree, and you should be able to really integrate your knowledge and be able to apply it in ways that are meaningful for experiences in the community. And this is your opportunity to apply it as in this assignment, and we hope that you continue to reflect on this and continue to learn throughout all future service experiences as well. So get started, and I'm excited to see what you create.